Okay, Airsoft, today we are going to be talking about scope cams, and I'm going to give you a spoiler. This one is better than this one, but let's start off with this one. These are both by the company Runcam or Scopecam. This is the older model of the 4K. This is not the Scopecam 2, this is the Scopecam 4K, which is better than the original Scopecam that wasn't 4K, but let me tell you what this one does. You've got your normal buttons on and off. This connects the wireless so you can connect it to the app on the phone. We've got recording LEDs here and here to tell you there's a little microphone there, and then there's a micro USB port here. This can be used to charge, but also there's a spot for a battery that's removable. So you can buy extra batteries and put them through there, but I usually don't mess with that. I just use an external battery and it can charge while it's recording, okay? And you can see this one's been painted here. This is the 35mm lens. You can apparently change them, or you could in the past. I don't know how easy it is to find the lenses now, but it's not the same lenses as the newer cameras that I'm aware of. They don't look the same. But you'll see in the footage this one in 4K compared to this thing is new, and I have yet to find any video reviews about it. So after this came the Scopecam 2 4K, and this is not that. This looks very similar to it in that they have changed this button here to a forward and backward switch, which I really like because when you turn it on, it will start recording after a couple seconds. And then this is the button to turn on the wireless connection. Also, the entire casing is metal. It's very nice and feels quality and heavy, and it's metal, where this is polymer over here, okay? This is also a 35mm lens for the longer distance. I should have said that. 35mm generally for longer distance, like if you're going to be a DMR or sniper, and then 25mm is for more up close things like your normal M4 or something like that. Both lenses can fit inside here. So this came with a 35mm lens. You just unscrew it here. I bought, and I'll put a link up, a 25mm lens. It looks just like this, same thread size down here, 1/2 inch, but this part is smaller. You just have to make sure you have one that has the AR coating on it, otherwise everything will look really pink, and it has a little timing washer down in there. So because when you're screwing it in, you have to screw it in until things come into focus and then lock it in place there. If you screw it in all the way, it'll be out of focus. But this one's already set real nice. I said AR, it's IR, I believe. Yeah, see there, IR. That's the filter you want. Okay, so back to what this is. This is the Scopecam 2S, okay? What's the difference? Well, it has the same Scopecam 2 body, but this one is not 4K. It is 1080p, and it records at 60 frames per second. There's another one that you can choose, I think 50, but I've been doing 60 frames per second, 1080p, and that's why it's cheaper, because it's only about $120 something. It does have USB-C, but this has an internal battery, so there's no battery to remove. You just charge it up, and I think this one lasts about 160 minutes, but you can also plug it into USB-C for an external battery while recording. And then here you have the SD card, or the micro SD card you can put in, where this one here, you had to open up the battery compartment, and then it was up there that you pushed in and out. Attaching to a Picatinny rail, this one is your normal thing that you would expect with the screw, or you can actually use your fingers. That's nice, but it also has a flathead screw ability. This one is amazing. It has, same thing, has a little flat head, but also has this little piece you can pull out that makes it really easy to hand tighten and loosen to put on the Picatinny rail, and it works very well. And it's very stable. So you're going to see the comparison video between these two. They look similar. This one's a little overexposed, but you can kind of change that. But I will say that even though this is technically higher resolution, it does not really look it. If anything, this one might look a little better, but they at least look similar. This one is not worse in clarity than this one. And this one's not even available anymore, even though it's 4K. So I'm sure the Scopecam 2 4K probably has a little bit better clarity depending on what kind of videos you're uploading. If you're not uploading in 4K, then it's not going to matter. But I really like that this came out, and I wanted to make sure everybody was aware of it. The Scopecam 2S. Same quality build as the Scopecam 2 4K, all metal, same buttons, same lenses, just not 4K. Instead, it's 1080p, but I think it's awesome, and I'm going to be using it in the videos that are coming up. All right, thanks for tuning in, and catch you next time.